Have you ever wondered what makes you truly unique? We all have special gifts and a specific purpose in this life. Human design is a wonderful system that helps us understand this uniqueness. It is like a map of your inner world, showing you the person you were born to be. This map is called your body graph, and it reveals how your energy works. It shows you how to make decisions that are correct for you. By following your design, you can live a life with more ease, satisfaction, and less resistance. It is a journey back to your true self, away from the conditioning and expectations of the outside world. Within the vast system of human design, there is a fascinating layer called the Godheads. Think of the Godheads as powerful, ancient energies or archetypes that influence our lives. They are not literal gods, but rather symbolic representations of different aspects of the human experience. Each planet in your human design chart is connected to one of these Godheads. This connection adds a rich layer of meaning and storytelling to your personal chart. Understanding which Godhead influences a part of your design can give you profound insights into your personality, your challenges, and your ultimate potential. It's like discovering the mythological story that your life is living out. The Godheads provide a narrative for the energies defined in your chart. They help us understand the deeper themes at play in our lives. There are many different Godheads, each with their own unique story and set of characteristics. For example, some might relate to communication, others to love, and still others to structure and order. By learning about them, we can see our own traits reflected in these timeless stories. This helps us to accept ourselves more fully. We begin to see that our struggles are not just personal failings, but part of a larger, universal human journey. In this essay, we will explore one of the most dynamic and creative Godheads, Hades. This is the energy of deep transformation, creative power, and bringing new things into the world. Hades is not just about darkness or the underworld, as old myths might suggest. In human design, Hades represents the rich, fertile ground from which all new life and all new ideas must spring. We will journey into the 4 distinct faces, or archetypes, of Hades. Each one reveals a different aspect of this powerful creative force. Prepare to unveil the spark within you. Hades is one of the most misunderstood and powerful Godheads. In traditional mythology, Hades was the ruler of the underworld, a place of shadows and secrets. However, in the context of human design, we see Hades in a very different light. Here, Hades represents the profound and unstoppable force of creativity that resides deep within the earth and deep within each of us. This is the energy of the seed buried in the dark soil, gathering strength before it bursts forth into the light. It is the Godhead of beginnings, of raw potential, and of the transformative journey from idea to manifestation. The domain of Hades is the realm of hidden treasures. It is about the wealth that lies beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered. This wealth is not just material. It is the wealth of talent, inspiration, and personal power. Hades governs the process of bringing what is hidden into the visible world. This makes it a crucial energy for artists, innovators, entrepreneurs, and anyone involved in a creative process. It is the force that pushes us to dig deep, to face our own depths, and to bring back something valuable and new for the world to see. It is a journey into the dark to find the light. Hades shows us that all creation requires a period of gestation in the dark. An idea needs time to form and mature before it is ready to be shared. A project needs a solid foundation built in private before it can be launched publicly. This Godhead teaches us to honor this quiet, internal phase of the creative cycle. It asks us to be patient with ourselves and our ideas, to trust the process of inner development. Rushing this stage can lead to weak or incomplete creations. Hades reminds us that the most powerful things often have the deepest roots, grown in unseen places. This powerful Godhead expresses itself through 4 distinct archetypes. We can think of these as 4 different faces or moods of Hades. They are the spark, the rebel, the powerhouse, and the Black Panther. Each archetype represents a different stage or style of the creative and transformative process. By understanding these four faces, we can better understand our own creative nature. We can learn to identify which energy we are currently experiencing and how to work with it consciously. Let's begin our exploration with the first and most electric face, the spark. The first archetype of Hades is the spark. This is the very beginning of all creation. It is the flash of inspiration, the sudden idea that appears out of nowhere. The spark is unpredictable, exciting, and full of raw potential. It is the electrical impulse that starts the engine of a new project, a new relationship, or a new direction in life. People who strongly embody the spark archetype are often seen as brilliant, innovative, and full of ideas. They are the ones who can see possibilities that others miss. Their minds are constantly generating new connections and new concepts, lighting up the darkness with their unique vision. The greatest strength of the spark is its ability to initiate. It is a pure, creative force that is not yet burdened by the practical details of how to make things happen. Its purpose is simply to ignite. This energy is essential for breaking through old patterns and starting something completely new. However, the challenge for the spark is its fleeting nature. An idea that is not captured or acted upon can disappear as quickly as it arrived. The shadow side of this archetype is a tendency to have many brilliant ideas, but to struggle with follow-through. They might get lost in the excitement of the next new idea before the previous one has taken root. Imagine a graphic designer named Maya, who is known for her incredibly original concepts. She can sit in a brainstorming meeting and, in a matter of minutes, produce a dozen amazing ideas for a new brand logo. Her colleagues are always in awe of her ability to generate something new and exciting, seemingly out of thin air. This is Maya living out the spark archetype. Her challenge, however, is choosing one idea and developing it fully. She often feels more energized by the initial flash of creation than by the long process of refinement and execution that must follow. If you recognize the spark in yourself, the lesson is to learn how to honor and capture your inspirations. The tip for working with this energy is to keep an idea journal with you at all times. When a new idea strikes, write it down, draw it, or record it as a voice note immediately. Do not judge it or worry about how you will make it happen. Just capture the raw energy of the spark. This simple act honors the creative impulse and creates a library of potential that you can return to later, perhaps when you have more energy for the next stage of development. Following the initial flash of inspiration comes the second archetype of Hades, the rebel. The rebel is the force that challenges the status quo and breaks the old rules to make way for the new. Once the spark has provided a new idea, the rebel steps in to question everything that stands in its way. This archetype is not about destruction for its own sake. It is about creative destruction. It dismantles outdated structures, beliefs, and limitations so that the new idea can have space to grow. The rebel is the voice that says, "Why does it have to be this way? There must be a better way." The strength of the rebel is its courage and its commitment to authenticity. This archetype is unafraid to be different, to speak truth to power, and to forge its own path. It provides the necessary disruptive energy to overcome inertia and resistance to change. However, the challenge for the rebel is the risk of becoming isolated or being perceived as merely negative or difficult. Its shadow side can be a tendency to rebel against everything, even things that are helpful or supportive. It can get caught in a pattern of fighting against, rather than fighting for, something new and better. Consider a musician named Leo who refuses to conform to the commercial demands of the music industry. While his peers are writing songs to fit popular radio formats, Leo is experimenting with unusual instruments and unconventional song structures. He is driven by his unique artistic vision, not by trends. Record labels might call him difficult or uncommercial, but his fans love him for his authenticity, and his willingness to push boundaries. Leo embodies the rebel archetype, using his creative energy to challenge the established norms of his field and create something truly original. If you feel the energy of the rebel within you, the lesson is to channel your disruptive power constructively. The tip for harnessing this archetype is to clearly define what you are fighting for, not just what you are fighting against. Before you tear down an old system, take some time to visualize the new, better system you want to build in its place. This focus on a positive vision will transform your rebellion from simple opposition into a powerful creative act. It gives your revolutionary energy a purpose and a direction, making you a true innovator rather than just an agitator. After the spark ignites an idea and the rebel clears the path, the third archetype of Hades arrives, the powerhouse. This is the energy of sustained effort, focus, and honestly, just raw power. The powerhouse takes the fragile new idea and gives it substance and momentum. It is the archetype of hard work, discipline, and endurance. While the spark is a quick flash and the rebel is a sudden break, the powerhouse is a deep, rumbling engine that can run for a long, long time. It provides the fuel and the driving force needed to turn a creative vision into a tangible reality in the material world. The immense strength of the powerhouse is its incredible stamina and determination. Once this archetype commits to a project, it has the energy to see it through to completion, no matter the obstacles. It is the force that builds empires, writes epic novels, and achieves long-term goals. The challenge, however, lies in its intensity. The shadow of the powerhouse is the risk of burnout or, just becoming a workaholic. It can become so focused on the goal that it neglects self-care, relationships, and the other important areas of life. It can push itself and others to the breaking point. Think of a scientist, Dr. Chen, who has been working on a single research project for over a decade. While others in her field moved on to newer, trendier topics, she remained completely dedicated to her work. She spent countless long nights in the lab, running experiments and analyzing data with unwavering focus. Her colleagues admired her work ethic, but sometimes worried that she was pushing herself too hard. Dr. Chen is a perfect example of the powerhouse archetype. Her sustained effort eventually led to a groundbreaking discovery that changed her entire field, proving the value of her immense dedication. The lesson of the powerhouse is to learn how to wield your immense power wisely and sustainably. If this archetype resonates with you, the key is to build rest and recovery into your process. The tip for managing this energy is to schedule your downtime with the same seriousness that you schedule your work. Block out time in your calendar for rest, hobbies, and connecting with loved ones. See this non-work time not as a waste, but as an essential part of refueling your powerful engine. A powerhouse that learns to rest is an unstoppable and sustainable force for creation. The final archetype of Hades is the Black Panther. This is the energy of mastery, grace, and silent power. After the hard work of the powerhouse, the Black Panther represents the integration of the entire creative process. It moves with a quiet confidence and an effortless elegance. This archetype no longer needs to force things. It has achieved a level of skill and presence where it can act with precision and instinct. The Black Panther is the master of its domain, comfortable in the shadows and in the light. It embodies the wisdom gained from the entire journey, from the initial spark to the final manifestation. The great strength of the Black Panther is its profound efficiency and effectiveness. It knows exactly when to act and when to wait. It wastes no energy. Its power is not loud or flashy, but deep and palpable. This archetype has an almost magical ability to influence its environment with minimal effort. The challenge for the Black Panther is a potential for aloofness or detachment. Having mastered its craft, it may find it difficult to relate to those who are still struggling in the earlier stages. Its shadow is the risk of becoming so self-contained that it forgets to share its wisdom and guide others. Let's imagine a master chef named Isabella, who has run her own successful restaurant for 30 years. She no longer consults recipes or measures ingredients. She moves around her kitchen with a fluid, intuitive grace. With a simple taste of a sauce, she knows exactly what it needs. She can command her entire team with just a quiet look or a small gesture. Younger chefs are in awe of her, but also a little intimidated by her silent confidence. Isabella is living the Black Panther archetype. She has so deeply integrated her skills that her work has become a seamless expression of her mastery. If you connect with the quiet power of the Black Panther, your lesson is to become a mentor. The tip for embodying this archetype in a healthy way is to find someone you can guide. You have walked the path and gained immense wisdom. Now, the final stage of your mastery is to share it. You don't need to give loud lectures. Like the Panther, you can teach through quiet example and precise, timely advice. By helping another to navigate their own creative journey, you complete the cycle and ensure that the creative fire is passed on to the next generation. The four faces of Hades, the spark, the rebel, the powerhouse, and the Black Panther, are not separate, isolated identities. They are stages in a single cyclical process of creation and transformation. Each one flows naturally into the next, forming a complete and powerful journey. We all have the potential to experience each of these four archetypes within us at different times in our lives, or even at different stages of a single creative project. Understanding this cycle is the key to unlocking your full creative potential and navigating the process with more awareness and less struggle. The journey begins with the brilliant and unpredictable energy of the spark, which brings forth a new idea from the unknown. This is followed by the courageous energy of the rebel, which challenges old structures to make space for this new idea to live. Then, the focused and determined energy of the powerhouse provides the sustained effort needed to build the idea into a solid reality. Finally, the journey culminates in the graceful and masterful energy of the Black Panther, which embodies the wisdom and effortless skill gained from the entire process. This cycle can then begin again with a new spark of inspiration. Recognizing which of these energies is most active within you at any given time can be incredibly empowering. If you are full of ideas but can't seem to start, you are in the spark phase. Your task is to capture the idea. If you feel frustrated with the status quo and want to do things differently, you are channeling the rebel. Your task is to define a new way forward. If you are deep in the middle of a long, demanding project, you are the powerhouse. Your task is to manage your energy sustainably. And if you feel a quiet confidence and mastery in your work, you are the Black Panther. Your task is to share your wisdom. This model of the four faces of Hades is not about putting yourself in a box. It is a tool for self-discovery and a map for your creative journey. It helps you to honor the specific energy you are currently experiencing rather than fighting against it. You learn that it is okay to be in a rebellious phase or a quiet, masterful phase. Each stage has its own unique purpose, strengths, and challenges. By accepting and working with the energy of the moment, you align yourself with the natural flow of creation, making the entire process more fluid, effective, and deeply satisfying. Understanding the Hades Godhead and its four archetypes is not just an interesting intellectual exercise. It is a practical tool that you can apply to your daily life to foster growth, creativity, and personal power. The first step is simple observation. Start to notice these energies in yourself and in the world around you. When you get a sudden good idea while washing the dishes, acknowledge it as the spark. When you feel the urge to speak up against an injustice at work, recognize the fire of the rebel. This simple act of naming the energy makes you more conscious of your own inner processes. Next, you can consciously cultivate the energy you need for a particular task. For example, if you are feeling stuck and uninspired, you can do things to invite the spark. Try something new, visit a place you've never been, Read a book on a completely unfamiliar topic, or have a conversation with someone who has a very different perspective from you. If you need the courage of the rebel, you could listen to protest songs, read the biography of a famous revolutionary, or write down all the rules you wish you could break. You can intentionally call upon these archetypal energies to help you. To harness the energy of the powerhouse, focus on creating structure and discipline. Break a large project down into small, manageable steps. Use a calendar or a planner to schedule your work sessions. Create a dedicated workspace that minimizes distractions. These practical actions provide the container for the intense energy of the powerhouse to do its work effectively without becoming chaotic. And to connect with the Black Panther, practice mindfulness and presence. Engage in activities that require quiet focus, like meditation, yoga, painting, or even just taking a silent walk in nature. This cultivates the inner stillness and mastery of this archetype. Most importantly, be patient and compassionate with yourself. The creative cycle has its own rhythm, and you cannot be in all 4 phases at once. There will be times of intense activity and times of quiet rest. There will be moments of brilliant inspiration and long periods of hard work. By understanding the 4 faces of Hades, you learn to trust this process. You know that a period of feeling rebellious or even destructive is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a necessary part of clearing the way for something new. This understanding brings a deep sense of peace and empowerment to your personal journey. The journey through the 4 faces of Hades reveals a profound truth about our own nature. We are all inherently creative beings. This creative force is not just for artists or musicians. It is the fundamental energy of life itself. It is the power to transform, to grow, and to bring new possibilities into the world. The Hades Godhead, with its archetypes of the spark, the rebel, the powerhouse, and the Black Panther, provides us with a beautiful and powerful map for understanding and navigating our own unique creative process. It shows us that even our darkest, most hidden, or most rebellious parts have a divine purpose. By embracing these archetypes, we learn to honor every stage of our personal journey. We celebrate the sudden flash of inspiration. We respect the courage to challenge what is old. We value the discipline of sustained effort, and we admire the grace of quiet mastery. We begin to see our lives not as a series of random events, but as a meaningful story of transformation. This perspective allows us to face challenges with greater resilience, knowing they are part of a larger cycle. It gives us permission to be authentic, to be different, and to be powerful in our own unique way. Human design and the study of the Godheads are invitations to a deeper relationship with yourself. They are tools that help you peel back the layers of conditioning and rediscover the magnificent person you were born to be. The story of Hades teaches us that our greatest treasures are often found when we have the courage to look within, to explore our own depths. It is in this inner world that we find our unique spark, our authentic voice, and our unstoppable power to create the life we are truly meant to live. I encourage you to continue this journey of self-discovery. Be curious about your own design. Explore the stories and archetypes that resonate with you. The more you understand your own unique nature, the more you can live in alignment with your true self. Remember that you hold within you the entire cycle of creation, the spark of genius, the courage of a rebel, the strength of a powerhouse, and the grace of a master. Embrace your creative fire and let it light up your world. Your uniqueness is your gift.